Hello and welcome to Dirty South. Today's programme is about binge drinking and hopefully it will make teenagers think twice about the use of alcohol. So people binge drink for many different reasons. It may be depression, boredom or even peer pressure. But we want to let teenagers know that alcohol is not the answer and it is very dangerous for you. In the UK, there's an average of 6 million people who have admitted to binge drinking, and that's quite a lot considering the UK isn't a very big country. In some cities in the UK, there's an organisation called the Booze Bus, and it's an ambulance full of volunteers who go around to cities helping people who have had too much to drink on a night out. The Booze Bus is there so A&Es are not full up with people who have had too much to drink, and they can just focus on people who are in life and death situations. So here's a video clip to explain the Booze Bus in more depth.
It's affectionately known as the Booze Bus. Put these on the chairs because if people are having vomit, then they have a bag ready to hand to catch their sick in. This bus works on 3 nights a week and picks up people, about 40 people a weekend, so yeah, they're sick quite a lot. 24-year-old female who is drunk. Okay, magic. That was the first call of the night, which was a 24-year-old female outside a pub, collapsed. Yeah, they don't get into a very pretty state, just because of alcohol. Just drinking too much. She's just drunk a lot too quick, has she? Okay, she had dinner tonight, or is that what's all around the floor? Hello, Nicola. Nicola.
Hello, the ambulance is here now.
Nicola, have a seat over here. There we go.
You need to try and stay awake for us now. You need to answer some questions, all right?
Sit yourself up. If someone's had too much to drink, it's their own fault, and it's self-induced, and what they need is to be taken to a place of safety and observed and made sure that they don't get themselves into any danger. Nicola's obviously had a lot to drink. Friends report at least a bottle of wine, a number of alcohol pops and shooters, which she's drunk at quite high speed. Yeah. And this is obviously the desired effect. Do you want to grab that?
Not the desired effect, but
yeah. No.
It's an effect.
Yeah, do you want us to contact you when she gets there? Okay, no problem. Will you be going to the hospital? That was her mum I spoke to. She said give her a call when we get to the hospital.
Yeah. Are they going to meet us there?
I think she's going to make her way down there. Yeah.
You right, Nicola? No. If you feel sick, there's a bag in front of you, okay? And we're going to take you in. So you're going to help us out? We'll just wrap it around the other way, yeah?
Yeah.
Nicola, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. That's it. No, open your eyes. Look where you're going. Nicola, come on. Sit yourself up. I'll put that seatbelt on her. Nicola, come on. Sit yourself up. Now we'll just go and get her handed into the nurses and do another one.
To help save money in the UK, a lot of students and young teenagers like yourself tend to pre-drink. And pre-drinking can be really bad for you because you tend to do drinking games, which means you're drinking a lot of alcohol in a short amount of time, which will affect you more and may lead to something worse. Around 78% of people in the UK admit to pre-drinking. When people drink a lot of alcohol, they tend to do things without realising, and this could lead to accidental injuries. About 60,000 injuries happen in a year in the UK due to alcohol. Over 9,000 people under the age of 18 in the UK get seriously ill from alcohol because their body is so young and fresh that the alcohol damages it much quicker because their body's not used to it. So here's an interview that I held with a young teenager called Zoe Wright who had issues with binge drinking when she was a bit younger, but is now clear and she's here to explain her issues she had with binge drinking and why she stopped. Hello everyone, welcome to Dirty South Interviews. Today I'm going to be joined by the lovely Zoe Wright, who is 19 years old and she's 2 years clean of alcohol. And she's going to be here to discuss the negatives that she experienced with binge drinking when she was younger. Hello Zoe, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on Dirty South Interviews and speaking to me today. fine. Okay, so you're here to talk about your binge drinking problem that you had when you were a bit younger, I believe. When did this all start for you?
Around the age of 15, just starting to go into my 15s.
So, yeah, so you were 15, were you like early 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so what caused you to drink excessively? Do you think it was like peer pressure, or did you just choose to do it all yourself?
Peer pressure, definitely. You know, growing up, you always want to look good in front of people you think are your friends, trying to look cool. Yeah, just trying to act someone I wasn't.
So you were like trying to fit in with the wrong crowd?
Exactly.
Okay. So how often were you, like binge drinking? Would you say it was weekly, daily, like just on weekends, or?
I think starting out it would just be, Friday nights we'd all meet up after, and then gradually it got more, so it'd be weekends, and then even like taking days off school we'd do it. So it got more and more.
So
and
it was
got
very
worse.
like dangerous in a way. You were losing out on your education.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so how long were you binge drinking for? Like, was it years, months, weeks?
Just over 2 years. I stopped when just after my 17th birthday was when I stopped, so 2 years. It's a long time.
Yeah, it is, especially because your body's so young.
Exactly.
You could have done a lot of damage, but I'm happy for you that you've stopped. So saying now you've stopped binge drinking, is it completely, or do you still have the odd drink here and there?
No, yeah, it's definitely stopped completely. I can't even, because I just don't want to. If I have one, then I might have more, and that might lead to it. So it's rather I just don't have any. You don't need drink to have fun. That's what I've learned growing up. So.
Well, that's a very good thing to say, is you don't need alcohol to have fun.
Exactly.
So like, how long have you stopped now? Like, has it been?
I'm 19 now, so just over 2 years. It's quite good.
Well done, that's really good. So how do you think when you were binge drinking your attitude changed towards people? Like you'd act different, you'd talk different, or like how do you think it changed?
I definitely wasn't myself. Even my family could see that, but they just didn't know why, so I wasn't telling them.
Oh, so you were doing it secretively as well?
Yeah, secretively. I was pushing friends away, I was being sort of aggressive, and that wasn't me.
Okay, so you say you were doing this, your parents didn't know, your family didn't know. How were you getting the alcohol? Because you say you were 15 and you were underage.
Well, people I thought were my friends that were older than me.
Oh, you were hanging around with people that were older, the wrong crowd. Oh, okay.
Even outside shops, we just wait around and see if we can give some money to older people to get things like that, and it just wasn't a good idea.
No. Okay, well, now thinking back of it, now you've been 2 years clean, you don't drink. Do you think it was an addiction that you had? It's something that you wouldn't be able to cope with?
Yeah, looking back now, I can see it was an addiction, but back then I just thought it was normal, I just thought it was fun, and I was just having a laugh, and I'm young, and that's what I'm meant to do. But now I was waking up and I just felt like I had to have a drink, and that is not normal.
Yeah. So is that what made you realise that this is it, like I have to stop drinking now, like it's getting bad for me, my health? Like, did something happen, or did you just think, I don't want to do this now?
Yeah, it was on a night out, and people I thought were my friends left me on my own, and I was really drunk. I was being careless, and I cut my foot open, and I had no phone, I had no money, I couldn't call anyone, I wasn't with anyone. I was on the streets, I was bleeding out of my foot, I didn't know how serious it was. And then finally a woman come over and called the ambulance. I was in hospital, and that's when my parents found out.
Oh, so these people don't hang around with them anymore, like?
No.
Okay, so that's good. Like, did you realise then, like, they're not true friends, like they've left me like
that
this?
was a wake-up call that they're not my friends, they're just using me because they know that I'll do anything they want me to do.
So you were like their puppet in a way?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So now you've stopped completely, do you feel more healthy, more energised, like you can do more?
Definitely. I wake up, I don't feel tired, I don't feel lousy, I feel like I can do a lot more, and I'm a better person for that, and I'm just healthy altogether now.
So do you feel like now you've stopped, you've got more energy, you can get out, go to school, get your education?
Exactly. Definitely.
And it's made yourself better in a way, like
exactly.
that. Okay. So now you've completely stopped, as I said a few times. Would you ever go back to drinking? Is it something that you never want to go back to because you know you've been there in that experience?
Yeah, never. I wouldn't go back to it. There's no need to.
So as you said, you can have fun without alcohol. Okay, so for young children out there, like young teenagers, like the age where you started binge drinking, around 15, have you got any advice for them? Say like, stop binge drinking, like it's not good. Like, have you got any advice for them and why they should stop?
I definitely think you should just stop. Get help, definitely, if it is serious. Focus more on your education.
Would you say tell your parents
Definitely.
if you think it's getting...
If you tell your parents, they can get you help. They're not going to turn their back on you. They're your parents and friends. Get rid of negative people around you that would force you to do things like this, because you don't need them.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming here and talking to me today. I really hope you do the best in the future and you get on with your job and you become successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So in that interview, Zoe gave us a scary experience that happened to her when she was under the influence of alcohol, which made her change her mind about drinking. She also gave you some good, wise advice, which was to get help if you're a binge drinker, because a lot of people can't go through on their own and need help from other people. So I just think that's really good advice to give young children like yourself. So in the UK, there's a high percentage of young teenagers dying and being seriously ill from binge drinking, and this needs to be brought down. In the UK, there's a lot of campaigns that are here to help you young teenagers to think twice about alcohol. One that really stands out is Russell Kane's Alcohol is No Joke campaign, and it really gets to people every time they see the advert. So here is Russell Kane's Alcohol is No Joke advert.
Caught by my friend Wayne reading. There was a whole group of people going, look, Russell's reading a book. Ah, freak, freak. It was a Penguin classic. And you know, I told that story to one of my best friends and he thought a Penguin classic was a biscuit, eh? My dad was the worst one. What are you doing reading? It ain't natural, boy. Reading upstairs the old time. Why can't you join me and your uncles out in the garden punching meat? That's where the future is. Look how hard I punched that meat. In fact, it reminds me of a kid I just heard of from my hometown where I grew up. One of the last stories I heard about him was him and his little crew. They were playing this game where you would take a shot and then punch each other and go, hey, I punched my mate, you'll go. Tense up your arm. But the game got really out of hand, and this one kid who'd obviously just been punched, had too much to drink, it all flipped round in his head. Instead of just taking a shot, he picked up the glass, he smashed it on the floor, and then just drove it into his best mate's face.
So in that advert, you can tell that Russell Kane has used his talent, which is comedy, along with seriousness, which makes the advert unique, and it makes you really think twice about why alcohol is dangerous. And it's basically because it makes you do things without thinking. So that's the end of the programme. I really hope you've enjoyed it and really understood the facts about binge drinking and how bad it can be for you. Especially if you're a binge drinker, to try and get help and get someone there to support you, because you won't regret it in the long run. So thank you for watching. I've been Danielle and you've been watching Dirty South.